There's a truth I've kept hidden, a secret I've guarded closely. It's a truth that sets me apart, makes me different. I can't tell anyone my name. It's not that I don't have one, it's that I can't reveal it. The reasons are complex, woven into the fabric of my past. To share my name would be to unravel the threads of my existence. So I live in this strange paradox, identified yet anonymous, present yet invisible. It's a lonely existence, shrouded in secrecy. But within the silence, a strength has grown, a resilience born of necessity. This is my story. Imagine a world without a name. A world where you're a stranger to yourself, a ghost in your own life. That's my reality. From childhood, I learned to navigate this namelessness. I responded to gestures, to looks, to the unspoken expectations of others. I became a master of adaptation, blending into the background, never drawing attention. School was a minefield. Roll calls were moments of dread. I'd mumble, I'd invent, I'd do anything to avoid saying the words that would shatter my carefully constructed facade. Friendships were tricky. How do you explain the unexplainable? How do you share your deepest self when you can't even share your name? Living without a name is like living in a box. It's suffocating, limiting, isolating. Every day feels like a struggle to breathe, as if the very air around me is thick with the weight of my anonymity. The walls of my existence are closing in, inch by inch, making the space I inhabit feel smaller and smaller. The walls of silence close in, threatening to crush you. They are not just physical barriers but emotional ones, built from years of hiding and pretending. Each brick is a moment of silence, a word left unsaid, a truth buried deep within. The pressure mounts and it feels like any moment these walls will collapse, burying me under the weight of my own secrets. There are days when the weight of this secret feels unbearable. It sits on my chest like a heavy stone, making it hard to breathe, hard to think, hard to be. I lie awake at night staring at the ceiling, wondering if there will ever be a day when I can live freely, without this burden. The loneliness is palpable, a constant companion that never leaves my side. Days when I long to scream my name from the rooftops, to break free from this self-imposed prison. I imagine myself standing on the edge of a rooftop, the wind in my hair, shouting my name into the void, hoping that someone, anyone will hear me. I dream of running through open fields, my arms outstretched, feeling the sun on my face and the grass beneath my feet, free from the chains that bind me, but the fear is always there, lurking in the shadows. It follows me wherever I go, a dark cloud that hovers over me, reminding me of the risks, the fear of judgment, of rejection, of the unknown consequences of revealing my truth. It whispers in my ear, telling me that it's safer to stay hidden, to keep my secret locked away. The fear of judgment, of rejection, of the unknown consequences of revealing my truth. It paralyzes me, making it impossible to move forward. I walk through life like a ghost, unseen and unheard, always looking over my shoulder, always waiting for the other shoe to drop. The anxiety is a constant hum in the background, a reminder that I am never truly safe. So I retreat back into myself, seeking solace in solitude. I find comfort in the quiet moments, in the spaces where I can be alone with my thoughts. I sit on park benches, watching the world go by, feeling like an outsider looking in. I curl up with a book by the window, losing myself in stories where the characters are free to be who they are. I find comfort in writing, in pouring my heart out onto the page where words flow freely and names hold no power. My journal becomes my sanctuary, a place where I can express my true self without fear of judgment. Each word is a release, a way to unburden my soul. In these moments I find a semblance of peace, a brief respite from the walls that close in around me. The absence of a name echoes through every aspect of my life. It affects my relationships, my work, my sense of self. Dating is a dance of half-truths and carefully constructed personas. How do you open your heart to someone when you can't even offer them your name? Jobs become transactional, devoid of the personal connections that come with shared identities. I'm the efficient worker, the reliable colleague, but never truly known, never truly seen. And then there's the internal struggle. The constant questioning of who I am, where I belong. Without a name to anchor me, I drift through life, a solitary ship lost at sea. For a long time I believed that my namelessness defined me, that without it I was incomplete, unworthy, invisible. I searched for myself in books, in music, in the stories of others. I tried on different identities like clothes, hoping to find one that fit, but It was an exercise in futility because true identity comes from within. It's not bestowed upon us by others, it's something we cultivate, we nurture, we grow into. Section 6. Finding my voice. The turning point came when I realized that my story, my experiences, my voice, had value even without a name attached. It was a profound moment of self-discovery, one that changed the trajectory of my life. I had always believed that my worth was tied to my identity, to the labels and roles that society had imposed upon me, but in that moment, I understood that my true value lay in my authenticity, in the raw and unfiltered expression of my thoughts and feelings. I began to share my writing anonymously, pouring my heart and soul into every word. Each piece I wrote was a reflection of my innermost self, a window into my soul. I wrote about my struggles, my triumphs, my fears, and my dreams. I wrote about the things that kept me up at night, the things that made my heart race with excitement, and the things that brought tears to my eyes. Writing became my therapy, my way of making sense of the world and my place in it. To my surprise, people connected with my story. They saw themselves in my words, felt the emotions I poured into my writing. It was as if my experiences were a mirror reflecting their own lives. The more I shared, the more I realized that we are all connected by our shared humanity, by the universal experiences of love, loss, joy, and pain. They found solace in my vulnerability, strength in my resilience. My words became a source of comfort and inspiration for others, a beacon of hope in their darkest moments. I received messages from people who told me that my writing had helped them through difficult times, that it had given them the courage to face their own challenges. It was a humbling and deeply fulfilling experience. For the first time, I felt seen, heard, understood, not just by others, but by myself. I began to see myself in a new light, to appreciate my own strength and resilience. I realized that my voice mattered, that my story had the power to touch lives and make a difference, not for who I pretended to be, but for who I truly was at my core. It was a revelation. I no longer felt the need to hide behind a facade, to conform to the expectations of others. I embraced my true self, flaws and all, and found a sense of freedom and empowerment that I had never known before. My namelessness, which I had always perceived as a weakness, became my superpower. It allowed me to connect with others on a deeper level, to transcend the superficiality of labels and expectations. I realized that our true worth lies not in our names or titles, but in our ability to be authentic, to be vulnerable, to be real. It allowed me to connect with others on a deeper level, to transcend the superficiality of labels and expectations. In sharing my story, I found my voice, and in finding my voice, I found myself. I discovered that the power of my words lay not in their eloquence, but in their honesty. And in that honesty, I found a sense of purpose and fulfillment that I had been searching for all my life. Section 7. The Strength to Rise. Embracing my namelessness was a process, a journey of self-discovery and acceptance. It required courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to step outside my comfort zone. But with each step, I grew stronger. I learned to find my voice, to own my story, to embrace the unique path I was on. I discovered that true strength lies not in conformity but in authenticity. It's about embracing our imperfections, our vulnerabilities, the things that make us different. And it's in those differences that we discover our true beauty, our resilience, our capacity for growth. Section 8. Embracing the unknown. Today, I still haven't revealed my name to the world, but it no longer holds the same power over me. It's a part of my past, a chapter in my story, but it doesn't define me. I've learned to live with the uncertainty, to embrace the unknown. I found freedom in anonymity, a sense of liberation in being untethered from societal expectations. My journey has taught me that true connection transcends names and labels. It's about finding kinship in shared experiences, in vulnerability, in the raw beauty of the human spirit. Section 9. A future yet unwritten. As I look to the future, I do so with a sense of hope and anticipation. The horizon stretches out before me, filled with endless possibilities and opportunities waiting to be discovered. Each new day brings with it a chance to start afresh, to make new choices, and to carve out a path that is uniquely my own. My journey is far from over. In fact, it feels like it's just beginning. Every step I take, every decision I make, is a part of this grand adventure called life. The road ahead may be long and winding, but it's filled with experiences that will shape who I am and who I will become. There will be challenges, setbacks, moments of doubt. Life is not always a smooth journey. It is often fraught with obstacles that test our resolve and strength. But these moments of difficulty are not without purpose. They teach us resilience, patience, and the importance of perseverance. But I've learned that within every struggle lies an opportunity for growth. Just as a seed must push through the soil to reach the sunlight, we too must push through our challenges to find our true potential. Each struggle is a lesson, each setback a stepping stone towards a better version of ourselves, and I'm ready to embrace whatever the future holds, with open arms and an open heart. I welcome the unknown, the unexpected, and the unplanned, for it is in these moments of uncertainty that we often find our greatest strengths and our most profound joys. Because my story, like yours, is still being written. Each day is a blank page, a new chapter waiting to be filled with our experiences, our dreams, and our aspirations. We are the authors of our own lives, and it is up to us to write a story that we are proud of. And it's up to each of us to decide what legacy we'll leave behind. Our actions, our choices, and our words all contribute to the story we leave for future generations. We have the power to inspire, to uplift, and to make a difference in the lives of others. We may not all have the freedom to choose our names, but we all have the power to choose our own paths. Our destiny is not defined by our circumstances, but by the choices we make and the actions we take. But we all have the power to choose our own paths, to forge our own destinies. Each decision we make, no matter how small, shapes the course of our lives. We are the navigators of our own journeys, and it is up to us to steer our lives in the direction we wish to go, to write our own stories, to create a narrative that is true to who we are. Our stories are a reflection of our values, our beliefs, and our dreams. They are a testament to our resilience, our courage, and our determination. And to live our lives with authenticity and purpose, to be true to ourselves, to follow our passions, and to live in a way that is meaningful and fulfilling.